Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and Fox News host Jessica Tarlov got rocked by her co-host Jesse Waters yet again. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. You know, guys, I kind of in a way feel sorry for Jessica Tarlov, and I'll tell you why. She's the lone liberal voice on the Five. That's got to be a tough position. It's like being the one Republican on The View. You know, it's a tough position. Unlike the Republicans on The View, though, who tend to just go along with whatever the liberals say and don't really act like Republicans, you have to give Tarlov credit. She actually sticks to the liberal talking points. She's true to herself. And though I disagree with her on just about everything, I respect her for that. That's a big deal. You want somebody to actually fight their point. And she's brave. She will do it. The thing is that she's wrong so often. And Jesse Waters here called her out. He called her out because he said she was basically advocating for amnesty for illegal aliens. And she claims she wasn't. But it does certainly sound like it. And here's the thing. It's not a position that's uncommon in the Democrat Party. You just had a Democrat representative yesterday advocate for this position. You know, this is an elected official. Says give them all amnesty and get them on a pathway to citizenship. Because, of course, they want those sweet, sweet votes. Jesse, you know, he stepped in, he did what had to be done here, and, you know, he's kind of become the referee there. He smacks her down when she needs to be smacked down, and I think he does a fine job at it. I still love Jessica. I think she's great. Just think Jesse's better. Let's take a look at this. I want you to watch this and let me know what you think in the comments.
So let's document every single one of them.
Oh, no. But hey, it's no wonder why the left's losing their minds when Democrat lawmakers are sharing anti-ICE ads like this.
We're rounding up illegals.
She was born here. She's a citizen.
I don't care. She looks like one of them. But don't worry. When she's in prison in El Salvador, she'll have lots of company.
Jessica, you like that ad?
Yeah, I made it.
You did you?
No.
Oh,
I don't think I'm allowed.
I don't know what
to.
you do when you're off site.
Yeah. Second I leave here, I just go and make attack ads. It's kind of like a fun ad, you know, it's a whatever ad, but it's capturing something that people feel about what's going on right now, and it's perfectly encapsulated in the breakdown, and I appreciate that the Fox poll was so specific about this. Trump is +7 on border security and -7 on immigration. People are thrilled that the border is closed. When you talk about the 24% of Kamala Harris voters that like the immigration policy, sure, they like that there's a closed border there, but they don't like the way that ICE is going about this. And I give credit to Tom Homan. He was on The Daily this morning, showed up with the New York Times, sat down, gave a very thoughtful half-an-hour interview. And he's very clear about this, that while they're trying to prioritize the worst first, they are not going to stop the work raids. Donald Trump's, you know, lay off agriculture, lay off hotels. It's not happening. He doesn't think 3,000 people a day is a ridiculous goal. 1 million people a year. Doesn't talk about the economic toll, the billions of dollars that we're going to lose as an American economy, the 25 billion that these people who are undocumented pay into our social security system even. And that's going to have really serious repercussions for American society.
So Jessica just confessed. She says they're here to work, and she wants to give them all amnesty.
Absolutely.
That's what I heard. Did you hear that?
And get them on the voting rolls.
Yep.
I know you didn't say that. But obviously, this guy's talking about amnesty. That's obviously the end game. And if nothing else, you got to make sure they stay in the census rolls. Look, here's the thing. The protesters, I think, are really the issue here, because at the current rate, the deportations that are going on right now, whether it's the restaurant and farming industry or not, are barely making a dent. The numbers are vanishingly small compared to what we took in. So if we're going to use that metric right now, that's not really hurting anything from where I see. 12 to 20 million, the numbers right now are not even budging that. But number two, the protesters that we see who are throwing Molotovs, who are tagging up all the streets and everything else, this is where I think this issue really hits the road, because let's put it in the economic terms that we're talking about. Somebody has to clean all that up. Nobody ever talks about that. You know how expensive it is to clean? We sort of have to occupy Wall Street. It costs like $1 million a block just to clean up after all of that. Can you imagine what's going to happen in Portland, Seattle, L.A., all of these places, when they destroy, they're breaking up the curbs to throw the...
After the military parade, too, right?
The military is not out there breaking up the curbs and throwing rocks. And I'm sorry, but they're not. And there's a difference between holding a parade, Jessica, and destruction. And I think that you got to say, whatever the metrics are relative to the deportation, the destruction aspect right now is what the Democrats own.
Greg, let's just pretend you're single.
Okay.
And you're dating an illegal.
I do that on weekends.
And you